Hello friends, welcome to episode 19 of I Teach You the Internet. I'm Tony.
I'm Jenna.
What's going on, Jenna? Anything new in the world?
Yes, there are a few new things in the world. Even though I have my own podcast about this, but we are going to be talking about the Pokémon Go Fest.
Yeah, but previously we made a promise that this show was becoming Pokémon Go free because we did too much coverage of it. And, you know, it's part of technology and it's part of the internet world and culture, so it's worth talking about, but we wanted to move away. You have your own awesome show, Jenna and the Gym Badges, which can be found on saywhatradio.com and Apple Podcasts. But we're going to specifically talk about that event that happened recently because, well, we had previewed it before on this show, and I think there's a lot of interesting things to talk about from, you know, our I Teach You the Internet angle.
Yes. And the reason we are also doing a fest thing here, a Pokemon Go Fest, review, I guess.
Yeah.
Is because Tony is not on my other podcast, so we could get his personal thoughts here.
Yeah, so I could get out, you know, all the things that I think are absolutely crazy.
Yes.
I mean, let's start there. Was it absolutely crazy? Was it a...
half yes and half no.
Okay, maybe you could break it down better. Like, what happened? I mean, so there's a big event in Chicago, ran by Niantic, the company that runs it, the Pokemon Go game.
Yes.
We couldn't get in. Tickets sold out immediately. People flew in from all over the world, got hotel rooms, sat outside in the summer sun of Chicago. And then we didn't know what to expect. We had thought that we had predicted maybe there'd be some problems.
Yes.
What actually happened that day, Jenna?
So there were some problems, but it was proven that is not all Niantic's fault. So,
no, you're wrong. But okay, keep going.
no, I have like proof.
Okay.
Kind of. I don't know what the word, but you get the idea. So that day, about over 20,000 people showed up to Grant Park to go to the fest. We were all expecting legendaries, which we'll get into that like kind of toward the end. But we were all very excited. So we go. And I totally forgot the host's name. Let's just call her Jen. Jen, the host, got on the stage, and there was some booing, but most of it was pretty good.
Why would people boo, Jenna? Everybody loves the game. Everybody has so much fun playing the game. These people paid money, at least $20, maybe hundreds of dollars, maybe thousands of dollars to get out there. Why would you boo something you like?
Well, because... okay, so some people came not to play Pokemon Go. Some people came just to, like, see if they could, like, get a hold of the CEO and just, like, start, like, throwing all the hate. Because they get so angry about this game.
Wait a second. Where do you get that from?
On Twitter, the Pokemon Go Hub, there was a whole article. I don't have that on me right this second, but you could look on Pokemon Go Hub on Twitter.
So you're saying that that some people came just to hate?
Yeah.
How many people do you think that was?
There was no number, but I'm gonna say maybe not. I don't know, because I want to say 1,000, but, like, I don't want to say 1,000, because there was chance, like, there was, like, and there were so many bugs, like, a lot of people, like, came and paid, and they couldn't get in, they could not play at all.
And this was the big problem, right? This is the number one thing that went wrong. People showed up, opened the app.
Couldn't load in. And this was a huge problem because if you can't play Pokemon Go at Pokemon Go Fest, that's a big problem.
That's like buying tickets to a concert and they don't have speakers set up.
Yeah.
And you can't hear the music.
Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. Niantic, weeks before this event, they contacted all the major, what are they called?
The providers, cellular service providers. Because what happened is, in this park, there's no cell towers.
No.
Because you kind of can't put them there.
No, you can't really. But, so they contacted that, and almost none of them did anything. Besides Sprint, people who use Sprint had pretty good connection.
So you're saying the companies didn't show up to provide extra internet service?
Half of it, yes.
Why?
I can't answer that.
Then Jenna, how come for Lollapalooza the companies show up? How come for the Bears football games the companies show up? How come for every other event the trucks come?
Well, I mean, I guess they could have just not believed because, like, Pokemon Go, people consider Pokemon Go dead. That's what people say.
Jenna, they pay for those trucks to come out there.
I know, and they didn't.
So Niantic Niantic was supposed to contract them to come out there. If they didn't come out there, that's because Niantic didn't pay them or get them under contract or something. They were supposed to be there. They should have got them. They would have come if they would have got paid.
Yeah, I don't really understand that, but they said that they contacted providers, and the only one that really went like heavy duty was Sprint. I think it's AT&T or T-Mobile, but I'm gonna say T-Mobile. They did a little bit, but not as much as Sprint. And then like no one had any service, and the other half of it was on Niantic. I can't 100% say exactly what it did, why it was, but like they have connection issues like every day.
Right. So, this is exactly what they said. I watched a little bit. They were live streaming the event. I saw one of the executives come up and say like, hey, there's three major issues. One is there's not enough cellular network. Which he's blaming the companies. I don't agree with that. If your whole thing is an internet game, you make sure you have internet at your event.
Yes. So,
that's like saying like you're supposed to wash the dog and you didn't wash the dog because the dog didn't want to get a bath. But no, your job was to wash the dog. That's like not a good excuse for this.
Yeah, like I mean, I really didn't like I'm just stating the facts.
No, I know.
But I really didn't think it was the cell providers too much because it's either they didn't offer enough money, like maybe $5 or an hour or something, you know? But like, I feel like that's I don't think that's a really good excuse, but
I see what you're saying. They said, so part of it's on them, and then they said 2 other bugs are with us. Well, that's actually perfect for Pokemon Go Fest because that's exactly what Niantic does. They have buggy. It makes the experience more true if there's bugs, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, I was really expecting to see this. I didn't want it to happen, but I was expecting to.
Right, I mean, and I think...
Because it's 20,000 people.
Yeah.
Going in at the same exact time. I know they have a lot of people, like, going on Pokemon Go a day, because, like, it's not considered dead if there's over 1 million people still playing the game.
It's still one of the biggest things ever. It's not dead. It's just the fad has come back, and a lot of the casuals have come in, played, and left. But that's to be expected with everything that's big.
Yes. And speaking about the live stream,
But hold on, Jenna, before you go on, I want to bring up because, I mean, I know some things about computers. You know a lot of things about the internet. But we sat here like 2 or 3 months ago and predicted that they were going to have issues.
Yeah.
But I don't think we both hoped that they would have issues. I know right now I'm like jumping at, I'm attacking and you're defending and that's okay because you're still a big fan of them and me not as much anymore. And I'm being a little mean. But if we can anticipate there's issues, there's a ton of engineers who work for them who also know these issues are there. So they predicted, I'm sure their engineers said, hey, if you have 20,000 people in a park, we're going to need to beef up all our infrastructure. We need to beef up the code. We need to make sure things are working.
Yes.
Somebody was dropping the ball at a higher level, like, I don't want to pay for those trucks or something. So if we're able to predict it, then they're really messed up because you're just sitting in your room, 12-year-old Jenna saying like, hey, don't mess this up, Niantic. You have months to prepare.
Yeah. And should I get into the live stream?
Yeah, go get. Let's keep on going with all this stuff.
So I got like tired of doing this for some reason, even though I was in my bedroom. I watched the entire live stream,
which was from like what 10 or when?
It was like from 10 o'clock a.m. to like 5 or 7.
Yeah.
And I sat there and watched the entire.
And what were you looking at most of the time?
Most of the time, I was looking at the picture,
the like standby screen.
That's not on Niantic though. It's the people who were live streaming it. I think that was what was happening.
But that's them.
Yeah,
but that's Niantic. They're the ones who paid for. They're the ones who produced the event.
True.
Like, but somebody's got to be responsible. Don't you think it's them?
Yeah, I guess so. But about like they got caught because of all these like bugs and because everyone couldn't get on there. Guess what they had to do? And they didn't want anyone to see this, but they got caught. I just want you to guess what they.
Oh, I think I saw this. I think I saw this. Are you talking about the screens?
Yeah, they had to lower down the top goal because they knew they weren't going to be able to do it because no one could get on the game.
So part of the event was all of these challenges and different levels, like a 1 and 2 and 3.
I should have said that. Sorry.
And no, it's cool. And this was their way to try to include everybody who wasn't at the event. If everybody caught certain numbers of Pokemon, and if everybody at the event caught certain types of Pokemon, it would rank up. And they had all these screens everywhere showing your progress, and you would unlock other things. Now, they were smart, and they didn't put any numbers on anything. They just had like a little thermometer level progress bar. And there's pictures on the internet where you can see them logging in and changing the numbers. Now, that could just be because those things aren't connected, or they weren't going to have it so people didn't succeed because that would make for a horrible event.
Yeah, like you have to like have them succeed even if like the goal was a real goal. Like you have to give it to them, you know?
So
they paid $20 to be here.
So here's the thing, Jenna. Of all the things, I don't mind about that. Because it's a game and it's all for fun. So I would think it would be in the back end, the numbers are changed, whatever. You have to win the game. So that didn't bother me. It looks silly. It looks silly to see them do that.
Yeah, it was like crazy. And so at one point on the live stream, it was so funny. Someone was recording their screen like from like Niantic, and they put it up on the screen for everybody to see. Oh my god, they put up. I gotta like prepare myself. Everybody at home, mentally prepare yourself. He put on whoever it was put on the buggiest thing ever. He tapped the screen 500 times and it didn't work. After the 501st time, it worked. Then, like, he got knocked out of the game and he had to reload the game. It was so funny, but, like, it was so bad.
The games were crashing. Even their demos were crashing, and people couldn't. And it looked
really bad.
It looked embarrassing. I don't hate them for that stuff too. It's kind of funny. It's kind of sad. It's kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And we talked about this. Remember, a couple episodes ago, we did the Steve Jobs iPhone event.
Yes.
Wow, what a difference between the way two companies handle a public demonstration, right?
Yeah. It's so weird to see that.
Think about the way Steve Jobs commanded control of the audience, knew how to show things, was ready to have everything working, and delivered. And then the CEO of Niantic goes on stage and gets booed to the point where he can't comfortably speak. And it's awkward.
Yeah, and I was Snapchatting at the moment, he's literally getting booed off stage. So he walked on stage.
Which we said not to do. Remember we said that a while ago?
We said John Hankey can't walk.
We said you need cool people to be like, hey guys, what's up Team Mystic? And they tried to do that, and they had some people who tried their best, but I think they were feeling the pressure and it really brought it down.
Yeah, and they put John Hankey.
They put him up there.
And he just got booed, and he you could see that he was very uncomfortable. But one thing that really stuck out was the entire Pokemon Go Fest. He sat on the end of the stage and talked to everyone. He probably got so much hate, and he sat there and dealt with it. He got some fans. He most likely got a lot of hate. So that I'm proud. I don't understand, but
I think that's him trying to. I gotta think about
But he didn't have to do that.
Yes, he did. Because at some point, they're contracted, right, by Game Freak, the Pokemon Company, and Nintendo. Niantic makes this product for them, and someone brought this up on the internet. I don't know how likely it could be happen, but what if I bet Nintendo looks at this and they get really angry. Yeah. And I bet they call Game Freak, the Pokemon Company, and say because they don't control Pokemon, and they say, can you please drop Niantic? And then they say, I don't know. He's going to get calls from those other companies saying, you're embarrassing the product.
Yeah.
So he needs to be out there and fall on the sword and take the hate.
Yeah.
Because he's where it stops. He's the CEO. He makes all the big decisions.
Yes.
I'm
still I wouldn't say proud of him because he's I
know what you're saying.
He took all of that. He just sat there and took it to his face.
And I will say, there's always going to be people who go too far. Somebody threw water bottles on stage.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
There's always dummies who make everybody else look bad, and that's not appropriate. I think if you pay for something and you show up and you have expectations, even if the fest was kind of boring, it would have been just okay. But the fact that the fest was the event, I think, was a failure. Mm-hmm. I think it deserves that kind of booing because you got to make it so they can't make a commercial out of this video. They can't use any of the audio to say it was a success.
Yeah.
So all that I'm okay with. Mostly.
Yeah. And one thing, hold on, let me clearly put my words together. Oh, there was more hosts than just John Hankey and Jen, using my air quotes. There was 3 other hosts. I only remember one name because I've mentioned him quite a lot on here. Okay, but there was a representative for each team. There was, let's call her Charlotte, let's call her the other girl, Jennifer?
Jennifer? Okay.
And Mystic 7, my boy. Yes. He was a host. Round of applause. Like, wait, everybody, take a moment and start clapping. Please. And thank you. He was sponsored by Niantic, and he couldn't really say his thoughts on the actual event because he's sponsored by Niantic.
Here's, Jenna, we talked about this a couple months ago, and I said, do you think somebody's paying him? Do you think they flew him out?
I remember that.
And, hey, it's funny. He came out to Grand Park and did an event right before they announced their event. This is funny. Do you think they're going to bring him out? And they did. And they paid him.
Yeah. And let's just, change the name of ITYTI to the internet to, hashtag the prediction show or something.
I know. Remember all our future episodes?
We predict so many things. But, Niantic paid for his ticket. Niantic, I don't know. He didn't get a hotel room because his family lives out here. But I know deep down inside he wanted to say something really bad, but he just couldn't.
Okay, so how does that, and that's really super interesting, and we talked about this a little bit before. He's not a reporter or a journalist, so I'm not going to be overly picky with him. Mm-hmm. Does it bother you that he's paid by the company and so he can't maybe say what he really wants to say as a fan?
Yeah, it does bother me because I want to know what he actually thinks. I am open to opinions, and that's why we're doing this here, because I want to hear Tony's opinion on this.
I mean, and he loves Pokemon Go, and you love it, and he has a big following of people who are enthusiastic, and he wanted the event to be awesome.
Yes,
and and if things went bad, and if he was just a fan, he would say hey, this could have been better. But he probably can't say anything about it.
Yeah. He can't. And that's why I look to other videos if I want to see thoughts on the event. Because I can't go to him for that specific thing because he was sponsored.
Do you think that hurts him? Or is
Most likely.
Or is it is it going to be okay?
I feel like it hurts him because he's the type of person, he's enthusiastic and he's truthful. He tells the truth. You could tell that it's not just lies and stuff. It's not clickbait or anything. But I can tell that he wants to say something.
And it's really hard because you're a fan and you love something. And you want to share your enthusiasm, and then you become successful, and people look to you, and then so you become almost like a promoter of the thing, and you want it to be successful because it means you'll be more successful.
Yeah.
But then you step over that line, and you become a temporary, at least, employee. You become paid advertisement in a way, and if you're him, and he's a 19-year-old guy, and you think, holy, this is awesome. I'm getting paid to play the game I love. I'll take that deal. What's wrong with that? But then, he's learning a lesson maybe, and maybe we're all learning a lesson. You give something up, and you have to be prepared to give that up.
Yeah.
So it's just something to think about when you watch him, right?
Mm-hmm. And another thing about the event, which I'm going to say something that was really successful, is even though that the game didn't work for a lot of people, the point of Pokemon Go is to get people outside, and playing, and meeting new people, and gathering and getting people meeting people, putting people together. And so many people met so many other people. And, Mystic 7, when he was off the stage, or when he wasn't, talking with someone from Niantic, he went to his little booth thing, because there was a booth for Mystic, Valor, and Instinct. And their team, you could go to anyone you want, but most people stayed at their team, and Mystic 7 sat there and met fans there, and he said that a lot of his fans couldn't play the game, but they said that they were happy because they met so many cool people. And I feel like that's a really good part of the event, was people got outside. Maybe they didn't play, but they did meet people.
And that's a really good point. And I think I don't want to turn your positive into a negative, but I think that's where it's sad that Niantic continues to mess this up, because they have a following of people who are playing a game that makes you go outside, which is cool, because I have tons of games that keep me inside, which are equally cool, but this is a different thing. They have like, fans are really cool. The Pokemon Go fans are really cool people and nice people. And a year ago, when I was walking around the parks at midnight, I was meeting cool people, and there was never any problems, and it was a lot of fun. It was the friendliest I've ever been with strangers, like, and you and I walking around, we're meeting people and stuff like that when we were playing Pokemon Go. So it's sad that like Niantic doesn't deserve this awesome fan base, It's cool. What you're saying is right. People want to get together and have fun and play this thing and make friends.
Yes. I'm toward the end, because I want to say something, but I don't want to spoil the ending. So, I mean, overall, it was 50-50. Like, it was good and bad. It was good that people met people and they had, like, fun, but it was bad because they couldn't play the game at the fest that's about the game that people want to play, Yeah,
I mean, I'll agree to disagree with you on that. I wouldn't give it 50-50. I would give it like a 90-10. I think it was a huge disaster. And I know they gave people back their money, and they gave people internet coin money, Pokemon money. Some people spent a lot of money and drove a far way and flew and stuff, and they're not getting that back. And I hope they had some fun. Yeah.
And the scary thing is, they already made dates all around the world to do more fests.
The next one's in Yokohama, Japan. That's
just scary.
No, that one is going to work perfectly.
Well, yeah, most likely.
My prediction, having lived in Japan and knowing the Japanese, they will be ready to handle that. They'll have their data.
That would go. Yeah, that would sell out in 2 minutes, maybe. But because, like, Pokemon originated in Japan. Is that correct?
Yep.
So I remember I saw this on the news when Pokemon Go first came out. Someone hacked the game and saw a legendary Pokemon Mewtwo, which we'll get into legendaries soon. But they saw Mewtwo, like, because someone hacked the game in a gym. There were thousands and thousands of people standing around there waiting to catch Mewtwo. And because everybody was there, Niantic spawned a Gyarados and a Snorlax there. So, like, I miss those days, though, Like, you could just yell Lapras, and then there'd be 500 people running for this Lapras.
And that's what's, I was looking forward to this game, like, over a year ago. Like, oh my gosh, a Pokemon game is coming that's supposed to be, like, the real world and use AR and stuff. And I was super excited about that. And the game came out, and it was so much fun.
It was so much fun.
And it died down, and then it came back, and I was back into it, and I was having fun. But I stopped playing a little bit, and I was looking forward to this event. And then all this event, and maybe it's because I was already down on it, this event made me more down. Yeah. To the point where I'm like...
No.
and I wish that Nintendo and Game Freak could just drop Niantic, start over, and build their own thing. And if that meant we threw away our Pokedex, I mean, how would you feel? What if they said, we're starting all over brand new. It's going to be almost the same game, but it's going to work.
No. I want my Pokemon.
I would start over.
I worked so hard for the little amount that I have. I just leveled up the other day. Okay, sorry.
I wish I could start over without Niantic. Because I don't.
They were actually gonna do that. They were actually planning to give it to Google Play. the Play Store for Android. They were planning to give it to them, but then that never happened.
So it is what it is. We missed the event.
Yes. But there's still a little bit cool things left.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. So everybody was expecting, including Tony and I, the L word, legendaries, dun dun dun. And legendaries did drop, which got everyone excited, but they messed up big time the way they dropped it. Oh my god, I can't believe they
Instead
did this.
of having an event, and are you talking about the fact that it just came to their inbox, basically?
Yeah.
Like, instead of like,
that's sad.
Oh my gosh, guys, look what's happening. Hold your phone up, look to the sky. A legendary has showed up. Let's try to beat it, because they couldn't do that because people couldn't get on the game and it would just crash again.
They just gave everyone who went to the event a Lugia in their inbox. Like, no, what the heck? No, you don't give someone a legendary. That means over 20,000 people in the world now have a legendary Pokemon.
Wait, does it make you upset that those people have it?
Well, no, but like the way they dropped it, yes.
Like in the sense that it's lame that you didn't have to fight it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's lame. It's like if they just told you, you have 100 points now. Like 100 points of what? What did you just give me? There's digital stuff. Like, I didn't even play it. Like, oh, congratulations, you won. What did I win? I didn't do anything.
Yeah. And oh my goodness. Hold on. I need to calm down. Like, I'm getting like stressed. I'm passionate about this game, and I'm getting like stressed over something that doesn't even have to include me. That doesn't include me. But because this event was really bad, they had to give everyone 48 more hours to have the same Pokemon, the good Pokemon spawn. And oh my god, hold on. They put legendary Pokemon Articuno and Lugia everywhere in Chicago, even by where I live, kind of outside of Chicago. Everywhere, legendary Pokemon, and oh my goodness.
They're trying to make up for the weekend.
Yeah, but people got like a lot. I know Mystic 7, he got like 30 Articunos and 30 Lugias. Like, those are legendary Pokemon.
Okay, so
like,
now the game's a little, so you're saying the game's a little like broken because like they overdid it. They overdid it.
Yeah.
And the people who had access got too many, and the rich got richer.
Yeah, and they made, so after raid battles, once if you defeat it, you can catch the Pokemon. And they made, for the 48 hours, they made a 100% catch rate. Like, I guess you just battled really hard for an Articuno or a Lugia, but what? You don't put 100% catch rate on a legendary Pokemon. The L word. What? No, you don't do that. And now it's a 2% catch rate, which much better, because it's I know I will never get a legendary Pokemon because it's a 2% catch rate, and no one plays Pokemon Go where I am, but I can't get one, and everybody else has one because of the 100% catch rate. Oh my god, it's just, it's getting hot in here. It's like, it's crazy. I don't understand why they did that. They messed it up even more by letting that happen. Like, they already gave everybody like a free Lugia, and then they made every other one, every single Lugia or Articuno in the game spawn. Not spawn, raid battle.
Jenna, I'm just now reading. Did you read this on Niantic's website? Their update regarding Pokemon Go Fest. I guess it's from a couple days ago.
Was it the one
official
where it's called,
statement, an update regarding Pokemon Go Fest?
Is that the one where the title is like the Niantic said that this was a horrifying or like a horrible event or something like that?
I don't see that as a title, but it shows like pictures of the CEO sitting on the floor talking to people.
Oh, no, I haven't seen that.
This is kind of makes it look dorky. And he's like, it's like, the people left the event and were able to play together because the cellular network was not burdened. It was truly inspiring to watch. It was inspiring to watch people leave the event and go play.
Yeah, and there was a line to leave. There was a line to leave.
Let's not talk about the fact that as an event, they had 20,000 people using one entrance and one exit.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
And people who had early access, who were supposed to get in at 9, who lined up before 9, got in at like 10:45.
I know, what the heck?
So this is, if you can't, and Grant Park always has events. You can predict exactly how to handle a Grant Park event. And and they knew how many people were coming, they sold the tickets. If you can't predict how to have an entrance and an exit, it took people like an hour to leave, right?
Yeah.
Then
I
don't trust them about any of the other difficult things like cellular network.
Yeah, and like, okay, what's more exciting, an hour entrance or an hour to leave?
Well, like, they just said it was truly inspiring to watch
people leave.
And be able to play outside.
Yeah.
Outside of the fest.
Ooh, it stresses me out.
If they when are they going to do another one in the States? Are they going to do another one?
I have absolutely no clue. But
can they do another one?
I think so.
You think they can?
They can do it, but they won't get 20,000 people to show up.
I think though, as much as I think this is really bad, I think they could survive it.
I think if they're ever going to do another one in the States or anywhere, they need to say, hey, we know for a fact that this is going to be much better than last time. They have to say that we messed up for sure on last time, which they already did, but they need to say that this is going to be 100% better because we worked better with the providers. We prepared even more than we prepared last time. Then maybe I would, if there was another one in Chicago, I would go. So they need to say that. They need to say that, exactly what I said, because if they don't, I don't know if I would want to go because it was such a fail.
Yeah.
Like, go back to the episodes where I'm getting so hyped to go to this thing. Where like, I am so excited, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be awesome. Blah,
I sat for an hour and a half trying to buy tickets when it came out.
Yes. I was trying to help. Like, I woke up and I wake up really late. I'm sorry. But I woke up at like 12 and I saw that they went live a couple minutes ago. I was like, heck yeah, Tony, I'm hitting you up. Let's buy these tickets. And I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of glad we didn't get those tickets, Yeah.
Because, we could at least play at home.
I never thought I would ever say that in my entire life. I'm being honest. I never thought I'd say, I'm glad I didn't get those tickets.
Well, this is all part of growing up, Jenna. These are the lessons we learn.
Yeah.
And people could learn more of these lessons about Pokemon Go on your show, Jenna and the Gym Badges, which you could find on Apple Podcasts, saywhatradio.com.
Yes.
When's the next episode coming?
Okay, I've been really busy this week. But
I'm putting
maybe
pressure
tomorrow.
On you. Okay, I'm putting pressure on you. Okay.
I'm going to try my best, but this week has been very busy.
And you can find, if you need stuff to listen to, you could find old episodes of this show if you're not caught up. Saywhatradio.com, I Teach You the Internet, and Apple Podcasts. Did I get it all?
If you want to learn about art, you should go to Julie's Art Farts. at SayWhatRadio.com, Apple Podcasts, and any other podcast apps.
Love it. We got it all taken care of.
Yes.
Can we say bye now?
Yes. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.